Today, I'm gonna show you why the Technifibre TFight 300S is one of the best racket of this year. Hi everybody, it's Alex and today, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to review for you the Technifibre TFight 300S and I'm going to show you why this racket is probably one of the best racket ever made in 2025. So in order to review this racket, I'm going to first talk about the specs and then we're going to go on the court. Finally, I'm going to give my ratings. So the specs of this TFight 300S are pretty simple, but all the details that are put in by Technifibre makes all the difference. So first you have a 98 square inch head size. So the S in Technifibre stands as small. So you also have the 300 that I've reviewed on my channel, but this one is 100 square inch. Right now the 300S has a 98 square inch head size. It has a 16 by 19 string pattern. And finally, it has an unstrung weight of 300 grams. What makes all the difference in this racket compared to, let's say, other brands' racket is all the detail. Like I said, there's this easy lock system technology that is meant for all the stringer to just help them to tie the knots when they're stringing this racket. You also have a lot of detail throughout the rackets over here too, and those grommets are different compared to the 300 regular, and the beam compared to the other generation is 4% bigger. What it's supposed to do is enhance the stability because Technifibre decided to reduce the swing weight of this racket because they felt like the other version was a bit too hard to swing around. This racket is strung with Technifibre Razor Soft at 51 pounds. Now let's go on the court. If you're looking to buy some tennis products online, then I have a great news for you. You can use the code ALEXTENNIS to have 10% off your next purchase on Tennis Zone. Thanks to them for making this video possible, and let's go back. So let's start with control. I felt like the control of this racket was really good. The thing that I like about this racket is how you're feeling the ball entering the string bed, and so it allows you to create a lot of control. We're gonna talk about it in the power section, but I just feel like, yes, this racket has more stability compared to a blade, but is also more powerful. But where it makes a difference is definitely in terms of spin. This racket can generate a good amount of spin while not being too exaggerate. Yeah, the good blend between control, power, spin makes this racket pretty control oriented, but not unusable. That's the biggest difference for me. It's how they've created a racket that can control the ball, yes, but that will not create a dead ball that doesn't have any power. So in terms of control, I'll have to go with 8 out of 10. In terms of power, like I said for the control section, this racket is definitely powerful due to the stability of this racket. The fact that this racket has still a pretty high swing weight also helps to create a lot of power due to the mass that this racket can carry around. The other thing is also the 16 by 19 that is helping the ball to travel a bit more. So in general, it's not a powerful racket like, let's say, Bubble Up Pure Drive, but it can still do the job. Still not a stands out, but it's there. For power, I'll have to go with a rating of 7.5 out of 10. In terms of spin, I would say that this racket is okay to generate some spin, but it's not a crazy amount of top spin. Where it lacked a bit of spin is definitely in situation where you have a lower ball and you're trying to accelerate while generating some top spin. You can see that the racket is not gonna help you to generate that top spin, just like, let's say, a Bubble Up Pure Arrow. But in other case, when it's a high ball, it's okay. When it's at the right heights, it's okay too. Just on lower balls, I sometimes felt like it was lacking a bit of spin, but that's the only part. I felt like at the serve, it was okay to put some top spin or to do some slice. So for a spin rating, I'll have to go with 7.5 out of 10. In terms of feel, that's probably one of my favorite feel racket because it combined good feel with good depth, good quality in general. Sometimes you have a racket that feels really good, just like, let's say, Head Prestige, but it's actually unplayable. This one is playable and the feel is just insane. I've reviewed 4 Technifibre TFights and I'll have to say that they all have been incredible in terms of feel. So I'll have to go with 9.5 out of 10. So there you have the overall rating. Finally, I would recommend this racket to a person who's in general attacking the ball. But the thing that is great with this racket is that it's not doing anything incredible, but it's doing everything right. So whether you're a pretty good player that can do a lot of stuff like going to the net, but playing also from the baseline, doing some big serves, some slice, some kick, you have to go with this Technifibre. Just a small heads up to say that yes, it's a 300 grams racket, but it's one of the hardest 300 grams racket to play due to the swing weight that is pretty hard to swing around. So just be careful if you're thinking that this racket could be a great fit for you. Again, thanks to Tennis.zone for letting me try this racket. Without them, it would not have been possible. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.